everyone. Gosh, it's a big crowd. I'm Sarah Biller. I'm the co-founder, or one of the co-founders of the FinTech Sandbox, and I'm extremely excited to have a chance to introduce VendorMach to you. VendorMach is solving one of the greatest challenges for CFOs, for credit risk managers, and for compliance managers. They're bringing an analytic platform that brings transparency and liquidity to the supply chain. And for those of you who don't know about that problem, it's really complex. And this is a team that brings the chops to do it. They've worked in the UK, they've worked in Europe, mining big data. They have experience as product managers. We're going to hear from the CEO today, Chaney, who was at Humana, who helped really manage a team of AI specialists and quants who dug deep into issues of supply chain. So I hope you'll help me in welcoming Chaney Ojinnaka, and Ivan Kotorov, CEO and VP of Enterprise. Thanks, guys.
Hi. Thank you, Sarah, again, for the introduction. I really appreciated it. It was great. So, again, I'm Chaney Ojinnaka, founder and managing director, CEO of VendorMach. So, VendorMach ultimately is a platform that's solving a huge problem. The inefficiencies between supply chain, within buyers and sellers within the supply chain. As a trust scoring platform, what we're ultimately doing is enabling trust and creditworthiness to be assessed real time. So what are the challenges in this supply chain? Well, actually, there are three major players in this ecosystem: banks, buyers, and suppliers. And in this market that we play in, it's a $6 trillion trade finance market. There are three major challenges here: $12 billion in invoice fraud, $20 billion in waste and inefficiencies around supply information management. And last but not least, a number of these small, but more particularly mid-sized companies that serve large buyers don't have enough trade credit or liquidity to actually help those buyers. So ultimately, the main problem here is visibility. That's what it is, visibility into the supply chain. We are solving that problem with the VendorMach Trust Score. The VendorMach Trust Score takes into consideration artificial intelligence. We are starting with invoices, suppliers' invoices, where we extract, using neural networks, a lot of metadata. We're extracting buyer relationships, we're extracting unpaid versus paid revenue, and we are also extracting and better understanding the truthfulness of those invoices. We also combine that data with open registry data, credit data, and then also, but not least, ERP data from the buyers themselves. And what that enables us to do is to have an industry-first score that provides real-time trust scores for CFOs, real-time KYC for banks and lenders, and last but not least, underwriting for banks and insurers. Ivan is going to talk a little bit about our platform now.
Thank you, Chaney. This is the VendorMach buyer portal, where we've got a CFO of a company called TransferWise. They're a digital payments company. And the CFO, Betty, is uploading a vendor file, and she's obtained an 87% match rate with her vendors. Alternatively, she could have used API to upload that continuously. So in a matter of seconds, she's seeing the aggregate supplier trust score. That's how it's really quick. And then she can look at historical performance and also top 10 and bottom 10 performers. But Betty manages thousands of suppliers, and she's got companies providing commercial real estate and database services for their customer service center. And in the My Supplier tab, she can really see the detail, and she can really understand those suppliers. So she can look at liquidity ratio, days receivables, total spend. Of course, the VendorMach Trust Score, which is color-coded, goes from 0 to 100. She can send customized questionnaires to obtain additional data, and she can set up real-time alerts as well. So she's notified when a score goes up or down. She can also search for specific suppliers and look at basic KYS, or know your supplier information, so director names, jurisdiction, address. And back on the My Supplier tab, she is noticing that a specific supplier called Revon Systems has a relatively low trust score compared to the amount of money they're spending with them. So she looks in the detail. She looks what information we've compiled to come up with a score. And in addition, she decides to invite them to register for the VendorMach supplier portal so they can upload additional information. On that side, our supplier Susie from Revon Systems, a company supplying server infrastructure, is filling in her profile and in the process uploading a number of invoices. These are picked up by the VendorMach Artificial Intelligence Cloud using a process called clustering. And this establishes things like industry averages and works this into the VendorMach Trust Score, which we can see has improved compared to what Betty was previously seeing on her dashboard. We offer this basic interpretation of the trust score, and Susie in the same way can look at the underlying information, can look at what we've taken into consideration when calculating their liquidity, what specific historical events we've taken note of, and the VendorMach specific age of the supply chain relationship. In addition, we are building a supply chain finance and insurance marketplace where she'll be able to see specific offers based on the information we hold on her company.
Thank you very much, Ivan. In summary, as you can see there, 26% is actually 0 to 100, and 26% is actually somewhat of a better score than what she originally had. Ultimately, by creating a network effect between buyers and suppliers, we are ultimately creating better truthfulness, increasing network liquidity, and ultimately, hopefully, taking out some of that $20 billion of waste out of the system. My name is Chaney, and that's Ivan. If you're an insurance company today or a bank that needs supply chain risk, or potentially an investor, would love to talk to you. And we're back there. Thank you.